Well, hello friends, good morning and happy Sunday. Welcome to my new vlog. It's really nice to see you here. If you are new, my name is Kate and I am a film actor, also a theatre actor, and now trying to build my YouTube channel. I appear in a lot of horror movies. I've done lots of different jobs, and yeah, so my new adventure is trying to build this YouTube channel. I'm interested in things supernatural and kind of mysterious, and also I'm trying to do up my house. I've recently moved to this house, which is lovely. Well, it will be lovely eventually, but at the moment I'm kind of engaged in doing it up. And later on we're going to go to my fairy shed to have a little talk. Anyway, today is kind of a nice day because I have a little harvest. For the first time, I have a harvest in my house. Last week I did a video about Strawberry Day and I showed you my strawberries, and now today they are actually lovely and red and able to be picked, and I'm going to pick them now, and then later on I'm going to have a little very simple dessert with my own strawberries from my own garden. So thank you for joining me. Let's go into the garden. Hello friends, well here we are outside at my little strawberry trough. I mean, this is the closest to Snow White that I'm probably ever going to get. So I've actually got a little basket and I've got strawberries that are now ready to be picked. Oh, the sun just went in, that's not very Snow White. Okay, let's pick a little strawberry. That one's maybe not so red yet. We'll get this one. Okay. Actually, maybe it's okay. Okay. There's some more in here. Oops. Let's try and get this one. Whoa. Let's pull it out. Okay. Lovely. There's one in there. Okay. That's nice. And I have some down here that are very red looking. That's nice. So here we are, got a little fairy basket. I'm glad I have this napkin because it was actually from the fan museum. It's a fan napkin, and the fan museum, I once went there for tea. It doesn't have a cafe anymore, at least I don't think it does. And it was a lovely day with my auntie and my mum. We went there, so anyway, this is very cute, and these are just enough strawberries for me to have the simple dessert that I'm going to have after my lunch. So that's good. Well, hello again friends. Here we are in my fairy shed, which I've recently painted this kind of fondant pink and green, and which I'm quite pleased with. You may not have seen, if you're new to the channel, my garden, my backyard is really a mess, and it's going to be a labour of love to get it into shape. But I am slowly kind of chipping away at it, and it's been really pretty good. Since the last time I saw you last week in Strawberry Day, there's some things did happen the week before which weren't part of strawberries, so I didn't mention them in my Strawberry Day vlog. But for example, I went to a wonderful premiere of a new horror movie called Bogeyville, and I will put in a little bit of footage from that. It was great. I've also filmed another role in a feature film, and it's another Christmas movie. Never been in a Christmas film in my life, and this is my second one this year, and it's called The Christmas Princess Switch. So I think it's about twin girls who, one of them is a princess. I'm not sure. Anyway, I had a small role in that, so that was lovely. I've had a week of promo work, which was hard work, but absolutely super. And that was very, very welcome. It was lovely to catch up with friends again and have a lovely time. And yeah, it's strange. Moving into a new house, I have a lot of stuff. That's another thing that's true about me. I really will, make a big effort to do something, and in a way it often seems to make things look worse. But I also feel that I'm slightly getting over the hump of the chaos, and that I'm now starting to find things that I need more easily. So that's really good. Today I'm going to be showing you some different things I've been working on in my house, and also maybe a fairy craft. yeah, it's been a strange week. If you remember, I got this planner back in Manchester when I was filming that other Christmas movie earlier in the year from Tiger, and it's been really super. I've got everything. There are bits for schedules, for notes, for shopping lists. It's been a really good planner. So I was influenced by other YouTubers to get a schedule, and it's been really good. What can I say? I'm going to have a sip of my tea. This mug was from the Cannes Film Festival last year. I love going to Cannes every year. Okay. So YouTube is proving to be a real challenge. My video Strawberry Day last week, I really put a lot of work into and prepared for, and I really enjoyed it. It's not had a lot of views. I mean, YouTube is, I think for some people it's absolutely amazing, but it's pretty brutal because, it's just, there's no guarantee that you get anything out of it. Now, I still want to do it. I still am really enjoying doing YouTube, and I think it's actually sometimes spurring me on to get on with things that I might, if I wasn't on YouTube, I might not have bothered with just yet. But yes, it's quite a learning process. Mind you, because I'm an actor and I'm used to having long-term goals and trying again, my personality is kind of used to sort of things taking a long time and there being setbacks, whatever. Yeah, but it's strange. So other things I've done this week, after my promo week, I had matcha tea for the first time, and that was really nice. And so I would only say that the thing about it was, when I looked at the advert for the matcha tea in the restaurant, it was in these very strong sort of layers, and it looked very dramatic. And when the lady brought it to us, it was just all green. And I must say it was very nice and refreshing, and I enjoyed it. And I think I might try and learn to make matcha, but it just didn't look quite the way I thought. And then also, funnily enough, this is weird too, I got at the Japan Center on my way home these matcha bites. And it's funny because they also are a lovely kind of mint green color. And then if I turn around and show you what they actually look like. Okay, so they come in a packet like this, and then they look, well, kind of like a very murky shade of green. And if we look at the packet again, it's a very lovely kind of minty shade of green. I'm probably nitpicking, but I'm someone who's very big on colors. So to me, it's a bit weird when things are not exactly as they appeared to be. Okay, let's show you a few other things that I've found recently. While doing up this garden, while excavating, I found this funny little flamingo with a sort of trilby hat on. He's, I'm sure he's quite modern, but he's got a bit of George Formby about him, I think. Yeah. And also I found this little dark lamb that some child has left. That's kind of cute. He's going to stay here in my fairy shed. And also like an orange bouncy ball. I remember getting sometimes these as when I was a child, like in party bags and stuff, and there's not much you can really do with these, but still, there it is. Never let it be said that this garden does not have potential. Okay, oh, sorry lamb. Sorry. I think I'm going to try one of my matcha bites now, and just see what it's like. I have no idea what this will be like. It's a very gentle flavour. It's sort of slightly gentle and refreshing. If I was going to compare it to another flavour, I'd say it's a tiny bit like mint or pistachio, but more subtle. That is nice. That is nice. It's very Japanese in that it's quite a subtle flavour, and it reminds me that I think British or American snacks tend to be quite kind of vroom flavours. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of gentle. Let's pick another fairy card. That would be cute. Okay. Right, so flamingo. shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, these are my fairy dust cards, and they're really cute. I mean, they're all really positive. They're all positive. Okay. Oh my goodness, it says release. Sometimes the only thing to do is laugh or cry. It's up to you. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I kind of resonate with that because, as I've just told you, I mean, every time I try and do things to improve my house, it quite often ends up looking a bit worse. And, you know, that's it. I mean, I still think you have to go onwards. I mean, everyone knows when you tidy out a room, when you decorate a room, of course, there's chaos to begin with. And it's kind of feeling like that's my whole house at the moment. But I'm so lucky to be here. I mean, it's such a beautiful day. And it's so nice. Yeah. I mean, for example, I got rid of a lot of the ivy on the back of the wall because it really was overgrown. It was taking up about half a metre of the garden. The ivy spines had just gone further and further and further forward. And I really want to grow roses at the back of my garden, though I must say growing roses now seems like a rather far away dream. But that is what I want to do eventually, and I wanted to paint this shed and protect it. So I think at the moment, funnily enough, I've made the back of the garden look less nice. But there you go. There you go. I think I did have to do it. I think that the ivy could take over. This week, it's kind of funny, right? On a fairy related topic, I'm someone who's also very interested in angels and fairies, and I'll be doing more exploring of that kind of thing. I suddenly came upon this book, The Coming of the Fairies by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It's about the Cottingley fairies. And I've had this book for a number of years. My sister once gave it to me for a Christmas present many years ago, but in the chaos of moving house, I had not had it in my hand for a long time. So I'm now reading that at the moment at night. And it's very interesting. If you have heard of the story of the Cottingley fairies, basically there were these two young girls in the Edwardian era in Yorkshire, and they took some really incredible pictures of fairies at Cottingley Beck, which I think is a little stream behind their house in Yorkshire. I actually once drove past Cottingley. I was doing a horror movie up there, and we were just going to the location, but there was actually a sign to Cottingley, and I really wish we could just stop and I could go and see Cottingley Beck. Anyway, these two sisters, they borrowed their dad's camera and they took some absolutely amazing pictures of fairies, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote Sherlock Holmes, he heard about the pictures and he loved them, thought they were wonderful, and the book is written by him and it's all about his journey with these Cottingley fairies. Now, fast forward about 60, 70 years after Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's long passed away and everything, it seems that the girls actually admitted they had falsified the fairy pictures. But there's a twist. They wrote some books, so they told somebody, and he then wrote a book about it. I need to look into this more. If I ever go to Cottingley, I'm going to read all my Cottingley books again to be sure of my facts. But it seems like they cut out really pretty little paper illustrations of fairies from the Queen Mother's birthday book, and they pinned them up with hat pins and, you know, just posed lovely pictures, which was a very creative and cute thing to do. But then unfortunately, I think their dad, he got rather excited by the pictures and took them to be developed, and then someone else was very dazzled by them, and then they were sent to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the whole thing kind of snowballed. And I don't know how much the girls were really examined, like, is this true, girls? Come on, just tell me the truth. It could be that by the time Sir Arthur Conan Doyle appeared, a very, very famous, wealthy man, and very interested in spiritual matters, and was interviewing them and treating them so importantly, you can kind of see how they really, it would have been very brave of them to then own up to lying, though they really should have done that before the whole bandwagon took off. So they took a number of pictures, and they said they could only take the pictures, the fairies would only appear when they were there, which was a good strategy. Like it, it's good. But they said they felt that with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle becoming involved and then all this press attention, that they simply couldn't then admit that it had all been a bit of fun, a bit of nonsense. But they did say that the final picture that they took, which I'll try and find a picture of on the internet if I can find it, and it's okay to put it up, was real. They said they didn't pose that one, and from what I remember, there's like masses of fairies in that picture, and it does look rather different from the other ones. But so the Cottingley fairies, although I mean I love fairies, I think there probably are fairies. I find them so beautiful, and I love the idea that they are the guardians of animals in the natural world. And I feel God would be quite capable of making fairies if he wanted to. I've not seen one. I did once in our old house. We used to live near the Botanic Gardens in Glasgow, and I saw, we had some pictures taken of our house when we were selling it, and there were what looked like some fairy images in the Botanic Gardens, kind of from a view from the window, and I will try and see if I can find that. But you know, I've never seen a fairy. I would love to see a fairy, and you know, maybe I will one day get a picture of something myself which, you know, will be a fairy, and that would be amazing. Or I just could be nuts, you know, that's another option. But I really wanted this to be a fairy shed. In my old house I had a fairy shed. It was quite a bit smaller than this, and it was nice. I had my fairies in there, but it was so tiny I really couldn't have done any filming in it. It just had our garden stuff, my fairy decorations, and you know, some photos on the wall, and I really loved it. But I'm so grateful in this house I have this it's kind of like a summer house that is now my fairy shed, and I'm very interested in fairy lore and all that kind of thing. This week when I was feeling a little bit sort of, well, like the card says, laugh or cry, I went into a charity shop and I'm going to show you what I found. Okay. I found this tiny little flower fairy plate. It was just 50p, and it's the rose fairy, and I love roses and I want to grow roses in my garden. So if there are fairies and they wanted to give me a message, then there you go. They appeared, and I'm grateful if that was a message. And yeah, with this and with my Finding My Coming of the Fairies book, it's been it's been nice. This week's had good things in it for sure. I also recently unpacked this little fairy mirror, which I think I bought in Cornwall a number of years ago. I was there working and I bought it, so I don't think I've shown you this before, but I think the other ornaments on my fairy shed I've probably shown you before. Okay, I'm going to have another one of my matcha mochi thingamies. Okay, turn around. Well, hello friends, here I am a little bit later. I'm up in my lemon loft room, and I'm quite excited because I'm now going to do my fairy craft, and I have a boom arm. Let me turn around and show you. Yes, I have a boom arm to do my craft with, so this is nice. And here's my craft. So I'm going to now attach it to the phone. I must say this has been a bit of an ordeal today getting this together, but now I know how to do it. Great. Okay, so that's the best I can do with the Tonor boom arm. And here I've got my craft I'm going to do, my fairy craft. Make your own magical nightlight jars. I got this a couple of years ago, and it looks as if it's for someone very young, so hopefully it won't take me too long to do it. But this is the kind of thing I've wanted to do in my new house, because in the year I was selling my old house, it just, you know, wasn't kind of possible. And I love fairies, and I'm hoping this will be a really cute craft. Right, I'll undo it now. Okay, we just wanted to let you know that we got rid of the usual plastic bag and used this eco-friendly paper one instead. Yay! Yay indeed, that's great. Let's see what they've got. Okay, open it up. So it's a little sort of plastic jar. Okay. Another one. Okay. And they've given you a nightlight. Okay. And a nightlight, and then two little ribbons to go around it. Okay. Then there's also a book of magical activities, which in a sense looks a bit more interesting. And it says instructions inside. Dancing in the dark. Who's that snoring? Okay, this little book looks quite sweet. And then here we have some little stickers and some other little sort of stickers. And then I think these are two little bits of plastic to line the inside of the fairy jar. So I'll now just try to assemble assemble them. Okay. Some stickers on these pieces of paper. Okay, so those are my sort of like my two finished strips, and then I think you're supposed to put these in and secure them with a bit of tape or something. They're supposed to go in like this. Okay, let's try the other one. Little lights. Oh, they are sweet. Okay, I'll try and put the light there. So here are my little fairy night lights. They were a very simple little kit, but my goodness, it was quite a fiddle to film all this. Yeah. Okay, first try. Hello friends, here I am screaming Boogie Bill, being an actress. This has been lovely time. Little glimpse of my dress. Wow, it's lovely to be in London. Hello Cookie. Oh, it's a hot day and you're just keeping yourself very cool. I think you're very, very smart. Cats rule. Okay. Okay, I'm going to paint the shed. Okay guys, I've now done enough on my fireplace for today, so now I'm turning my attention to this really rotten old wooden table that you may have seen earlier in my videos. I wanted to just bring it through the house and put it on the pile of rubbish that I'm getting rid of, but it's so broad it won't actually go through the door, so I'm going to have to use my small chainsaw and chop it up into 2 bits, and I'm just a real chicken. I really do not like using my power tools, although occasionally you have to. So I don't think I can film myself. Maybe I'll try and put up my camera somewhere, but anyway, I'll put on my protective glasses and do my thing. As a side note, isn't this lovely? The bees just love these foxgloves. Clearly it's not poisonous to the bees and the insects. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, back to my chainsaw. Okay, I'm really hating this. Here's my chainsaw. I'm such a chicken. Okay, I'm going to try and go for it. Okay. Oh, that's one of them done. Don't worry, Cookie, it's alright. I've actually done one of them. Wow, okay. I'm hating this, but it's worked. Okay, okay. I'll come back in a minute. Okay, that's it. The table is now in 2 bits. I can put it in the dump. Oh gosh, that really scared me. Frowned. I actually bought that chainsaw. This sounds so ridiculous because you know when you get a Christmas tree, there's like a knobbly bit on the end of it. It would usually take me about 40 minutes to saw through the Christmas tree stump to get off the knobbly bit. And then one year, I bought this chainsaw just so that when I have my Christmas tree, I can saw through easily. And of course, it is occasionally very useful for other things like this. But I'm such a coward. Okay, it's good. It's done now. I can put out the table and that's it. Wow. Hello friends, it's a very beautiful day. I'm not turning the camera on myself because I'm looking dreadful. If I come round to the side of my fairy shed, you can see that I have removed quite a bit of ivy, and it seems like that the ivy is actually pushed over the fence. Like they've had this fence at the top of the wall, and over the years the ivy's gradually pushed it away, and it's really embedded on top of the roof, which I think must have contributed to how the damp was getting in. So my goal today is to clear the side of the shed enough that I can paint and clean up the side here. And I'll now just go round to the other side. So here's the other side. It's maybe not quite so difficult, but I'm going to have to get out my chainsaw to get rid of some of this undergrowth. I mean, it's... Ooh, this is not good. I'm feeling like this is really a job for a professional, but I don't think I can afford a professional. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try and concentrate on the other side and at least get that done. And then if I have time, I'll try and work on this side too. Okay, right. Okay, hello friends. It's a bit later and I have chopped back a lot of that ivy. And I could just wipe down this side of the shed and do some painting now. So first of all, I'll just bag up the ivy that I got rid of. And, well, it's going to be quite a job getting rid of the rest of it. But eventually I will, I hope. And, I mean, it's a beautiful day. I really hope next summer I can kind of just lie around and relax on a day like this rather than chainsawing off the ivy. Okay, it's like a great big ivy toupee on my favorite shed. Okay, I found that there are a few of these ivy grippers on the side of the shed, but interestingly, the ivy seems to have really just bedded in on top of the shed. The side of the shed, they've not really kind of suctioned onto too much, so I have left some of that quite harsh vinegar, and I'm now going to start applying the vinegar to these grippers, and then I really will try to do a first coat of paint. I noticed that there is more weed fabric down here because I want to grow roses back here. I don't want this ivy. And then there's really another big pile of junk behind the shed. I think it's something like a baby bath or something. Anyway, I thought I'd called the council to take stuff away for the last time, but I think I'll be calling them again. So there you go. All right, okay. So I think I've got the grippers off of this wall bit, though there are still some on the cream area. So I'm just going to, for now, paint this side wall green. And yeah, I've cut back more of the ivy, but there's more to go. But it's, you know, it's progress, and at least I can paint this bit. I think I will have to try and look at these ivy grippers again tomorrow. I don't think they're going to come off today. I'll put more vinegar on them. Okay. So here we go. First coat on the side of the shed. I see this little panel down here no one's ever painted, but I didn't know that until I got all that ivy cleared away. And yeah, it's making progress, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's okay. Well, I've got rid of a lot of the bits of old rotten wood in this garden, but there is this strange kind of plank which is going down to the ground, and I think it looks very unfortunate, so I think I'm going to use my chainsaw to just cut it off. I must say the fairy shed's looking better. This is a very weird afternoon. I kind of hope next summer is going to be a bit different. Okay. I cannot believe what I've just discovered here. This is the side entrance of my house, and it's like it was full of garbage and stuff, which I've cleared away. Anyway, I've come through here. There's a lilac tree, and it's actually growing behind the water pipe. I mean, that is just ready to break. I think this is just madness. I don't know what's going on. My chainsaw has now needing to be charged up, but tomorrow morning I'm going to have to chop down this tree. And my God, that could have burst. It could still burst. Oh wow. Okay. It's like it's pulled away from this boulder thing. Oh, okay, well I'm very lucky I've spotted it, and tomorrow morning when my chainsaw is has been charged up, I'm going to come here and saw off these branches. Okay, I've just had a real shock. Okay friends, well here I am with my strawberries that I got earlier. Pull out some of the little stalks. That one's done. Oh, this one's definitely ready to eat. Okay, that one's okay. And that one's okay. Guess I'm lucky the birds didn't eat these. Don't know what they're going to taste like. Okay. So, a little rinse later. And, oh, is that better? Okay. And I've got, you've seen these pink meringues from Marks and Spencer. It says, oh, can I get myself in the right place? Have hand finished 4 raspberry meringues. So they look pretty. That's nice. They've got a lovely kind of flecked colour on them. So I'll put one in there. Here I have some Cornish clotted cream. Whoops. Gosh, I've chosen a healthy dessert. Plop that in there. Okay. Okay. And then just have my strawberries in a, ooh, that's a bit funny. My strawberries for having after my lunch, and that is the strawberries that I've grown in my own garden. Oh yes, and this plant, this Busy Lizzie, this was given to me as a gift this week, which was also lovely. So there you go. Salad and then my dessert. Hooray! So there you go. I've cut off that block of wood, and it's down there now. And I mean, it's only a minor change, but I do think it looks better. And when the builder comes with his power tool, I'll ask him to unscrew this this bit here as well. Okay, that's one job done anyway. So it's the following day. I'm right back out here again. My chainsaw has been charged up. I'm going to have to get rid of this tree. I just cannot believe this. You see, this whole cupboard was blocked up with rubbish, and I recently unblocked it, but even then I didn't notice this tree with the pipe. Okay, right, get the chainsaw, get moving. So, quick update on the tree. It's a beautiful tree. If only it hadn't been growing in that narrow passageway. So this is all the wood that I've cut away so far. It's been quite scary. I'm sad about it, but let's go and see what's left. Okay. So there's still quite a lot. Yeah, I don't know if my chainsaw will be strong enough to go through all those bits, but I mean, I'm gonna have to maybe buy another saw or something and just get on with it. So I'm sad about this tree, but I do need to go through this passageway, and you know, obviously the thing with the pipes is just, I mean, if only it had even not grown back behind the pipe, that would have been good. However, right, we'll see. Cookie? Cookie? Cookie, look. You're being so kind, you're sitting with me. You're so lovely, thank you. Okay, Cookie and the lilacs. Okay, quick update. I have chopped down that whole beautiful lilac tree. If only it had not been growing behind that pipe. Unfortunately, my chainsaw needs to be booted up again. It's run out of power, so tomorrow I will finish this job. I would have never believed I could do that. Never, never, never. It was such a beautiful tree, but there you go. Now I'm going to have to pay someone to take it away. I just had no idea that it was right behind this pipe. Wow, if you have a side entrance, friends, just keep an eye on it. Don't let it get cluttered up with stuff. Yeah, okay. Sorry, lilac tree. I'm feeling I'm feeling guilty about the lilacs, so I put a few of them into this vase, but the rest of my house just isn't tidy enough for me to have vases and vases of lilacs everywhere, but they're so beautiful. Oh, I can't believe I've now had to be a tree surgeon as well. Oh well, there you go. It's a little moth or a butterfly. There's a lot of butterflies in the garden today. I think they're upset because I've got rid of the lilac tree, so I am very sorry, but I can't have a burst pipe. That's the trouble. Oh, it's beautiful. So this, I've got the ivy grippers off this bit of the fence, and then I've done a first coat of the cream bit. I got the grippers off there as well. So yeah, another cream coat tomorrow. I think I might wrap up the video here. I never thought doing up this shed was going to be such a long job. This all makes me think of Lord of the Rings up here. Okay, yes, right. Okay, end of the day. Okay friends, well I think that is my week. This is a slightly strange dress, isn't it? I got this dress in an eBay bundle. Let's see, put it up a little bit. I got this in an eBay bundle a number of years ago, and this wasn't the dress that I bought the bundle for, but it is quite sweet. I like my shoulders. Okay, I put it on today. It's going to be very hot, so it just seemed like probably the only day of the year I could actually wear this. But it's got flowers on it, and yeah, it's nice. So once again, I want to thank you for watching this video. This will be the outro. I'm going to do other things today and show you other bits that I'm doing. It'll be a bit of a mix-max video. But yeah, thank you, and yes, welcome to my fairy chainsaw life. If you've watched to the end, you'll know what I mean. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next vlog. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Flamingo.